What's up, guys? How we doing?
Good.
Still having fun? Alright, so hi, I'm Aiden. I'm 19. I'm not in college. I didn't go because I wanted to be a comedian. Yeah, my parents, they've been very supportive of that. They weren't at first, though. At first, they're like, you gotta go to college. And then they saw my grades and like, chase your dreams. I was not killing it in high school grade-wise, you know. Like I was in all the dumb kid classes. I didn't choose to be in them, they put me in them. And they don't tell you either. You just show up on the first day, like there's a lot of dumb fucks in this class. And then you're like, why are we all sitting on exercise balls? They don't even know what to do with those dumb kids. All the other kids, they're learning math and science. We're just doing arts and crafts. Just learning how to write anything helps, God bless, on cardboard. I didn't like high school, it wasn't for me. I think that's because they always make you do things you don't want to do. Like, I always hated dodgeball. I was like, why do we gotta play dodgeball? And then all those school shootings started happening. I'm like, oh, I get it. They just want you to be better at ducking and weaving. It makes sense. You play the game a lot differently than I was looking for. Yeah, so I've been doing comedy for about 2 years now. I started when I was 17. And that's a young age to start. And a lot of people are like, how do you get into comedy so young? It's like, well, I got 16 out of 36 in the ACT. I was like, well, maybe I'm funny. College wasn't as much in the cards, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the brightest dude. Like, I thought Arnold Palmer was a founding father. I just found out recently that he's not. I thought he was an American hero, that's why he got the drink. I found out, because I was talking about the founding fathers, I was like, you know, Ben Franklin, George Washington, Arnold Palmer. And my buddy was like, Arnold Palmer? Like the golfer? I'm like, I don't know what he did in his free time. Glad you guys all came out tonight. You're doing something. You're doing something fun. I've been trying to do that more. Trying to live life. I went through a rave a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's my first rave. I've never been to one before, and I will not be back. It was not for me. Raves attract a weird group of people, and I found I'm not that guy. I've always thought I was a weird person. And then I went to the rave, I was like, oh, I'm not weird at all. I lived my whole life like I'm a weird dude. I was like, I'm gonna go to the rave, I'll hang out with other weird people. And then I got there, I was like, I overcorrected. It was not for me, and I don't even like EDM music. It's just electronic, it all sounds the same to me. Everybody else through was just headbanging, having a good time. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they played this one already. I like going out on the weekends and stuff though, it's fun. One of my buddies, every time we go out though, he always complains. And everywhere we go, he's like, oh, the ratio's off, the ratio's off. There's not enough girls here. He's one of those guys, you know, like a creep. And he's always like, the ratio's off. I'm like, dude, we're at Walmart. I think it's gonna be okay. He always wants me to be his wingman on weekends. Hey, he's like, you're my wingman tonight, right? I'm like, dude, this hasn't worked ever. I I don't know why you keep asking. Every night just ends the same. He's just mad at me. He's like, you're a terrible wingman. Well, you're a terrible person. I'm trying my best, but it's kind of hard to sell a product nobody wants, you know what I'm saying? I do got a cool with the going out and stuff. I got alcohol poisoning about a month ago. Yeah, blacked out at a concert, woke up in the hospital. It's not a good spot to be in, especially at 19, you know. The nurse was like, hey, you're 19, so normally you'd be in a bunch of legal trouble for this. But since you're here in the hospital, you won't have any of that. I was like, great, I don't want any legal trouble. And then I got that medical bill, and I was like, well, how bad was the legal trouble? I would have preferred to see the options, you know? Waking up in the hospital, that's a real wake-up call. Like, ooh, gotta make some changes. I gotta get a higher tolerance. This is embarrassing. Start drinking with lunch. We're doing better. I have roommates, and I had a mouse in my apartment over the weekend. My roommate, he called me into the kitchen. He's like, dude, get in here. We got a mouse. So I went in there thinking I was reinforcements. I was like, let's do this. Yeah. When I got in there, he had it in a box and he was giving it food and water. I saw that. I was like, oh, we are very different people. I was like, I guess I don't need this hammer anymore. I went in there with the wrong intentions. Yeah, I just like, we grew up very differently. You can tell that by the mice, you know? Like, I grew up in a mice-killing household. Yeah, he grew up in a what should we name it household. You don't want me to get trapped either. So I got trapped. I was like, we gotta stop this mouse problem. He's like, nah, dude, that's inhumane. I'm like, dude, you own a gun. He's like, anybody who comes in here, blast them. But mice, they're our friends. And I don't own a gun, so I'm like, you got it, buddy. I don't have any issues, but he's the one with the gun, you know what I'm saying? I started stealing food from my roommate, because I'm not the best roommate. I'm not the worst though. I steal mainly condiments, that's where I'm at, because it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if I'm taking them. So my roommate, he'll buy like good hot sauce. I like to use it all the time. But like the other day, he let me use it for the first time. He's like, hey dude, you want to try this hot sauce? So I had to pretend like it's the first time I ever had it. So I'm like, wow, this is really good. And he's like, yeah man, I buy this all the time. I go through it really fast. I don't know why you're bringing that up. But while we're on the subject, we're low on barbecue sauce, dude. I think he's on me though, because he started putting his name on stuff in the fridge. I'm like, that's not gonna stop me. I'm like, that wasn't the issue. Like, I already knew it was yours. I live in Minneapolis, but I grew up in the country. And living in the country, hunting's a big thing for us. That's something I never really got into though. Because you know, if you're not shooting something, you're just kind of hanging out in the woods, just sitting with your thoughts and your gun. And I don't know about you guys, but personally that's no good. Nah, man, I can't be doing that. That's how angels are made. My family's like, you want to go hunting? I'm like, you guys know I'm there, right? I don't know if we want to risk it. I I've been living in Minneapolis for like a year and a half now, and I don't know how to get places there. Like the whole time I've lived there, I'm driving around like I've never been here before, and I'm like, oh, that's my apartment. I live here. Yeah, I have to use Google Maps to get everywhere, and sometimes Maps will be like, hey, you want to shave off like 2 minutes on your drive? I'm like, yeah, of course. And then it'll take me into a bad neighborhood. I'm like, well, this isn't what we discussed at all. There's a reason there's no traffic. I'm like, hey, Google, I said I was trying to get to Target, not become one. Every time, Maps is like, you want to shave off 2 minutes? I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm like, great, lock your doors. "19 years old. My goals have changed a lot since I graduated high school. Like in school, they're like, you can do whatever you want. So I was like, cool, and I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a scientist, something like that. Now I'm out of school, and I'm like, I want to be okay. That's where I'm at. I'm not even going for good. I'm like, good, what are we shooting for the stars here? I want to be at a point where I can afford batteries. Because I can't right now. Anything in my house that needs batteries, I'm like, I guess I just don't need that anymore. I'm just at a point where I'm like, how bad do we need smoke detectors? I gotta prioritize things in my house that need batteries. Like I gotta make like a list. But I like the TV remote a lot. And I don't really know if carbon monoxide is a real thing. That's my one conspiracy theory. I'm not big into them, but I'm like, they're like, all right, it's colorless, it's odorless, you won't be able to tell if it's there. Unless you have this. I'm like, I don't think it's real. I like doing that joke. I wrote it because a cute girl was like, you should write a joke about how batteries are expensive. I was like, got it, I'll do that. And then I was at Target the other day, and I saw batteries, and they were like $8. I was like, oh, that's way less than I expected. Like, I was just going around telling everybody, like, I don't have $8. And I was at the grocery store, I was like, oh, I do have $8. I got crazy battery money. I could buy like 2 packs. Anything more than that, but I don't, it's breaks the bank a little bit. Yeah. I grew up in Duluth, and I liked it up there. I miss my friends up there. Like I was friends with these 4 blonde girls, and we went to a concert together. They invited me. They're like, we want to have a guy around, you know, in case something happens. I'm like, in case something happens, what am I gonna do? I ran across country. I'll just be first back to the car. Like, what do they expect from me? A kidnapper comes up like, oh, I'm gonna steal one of your blondes. I'm like, think again, bitch. No. What's actually gonna happen is a kidnapper's gonna come up like, ah, I'm gonna steal one of your blondes. I'm just gonna have to be like, take 2, sir. Do you need help escorting them to your van? I can't stop a kidnapper. I don't have the muscles for that. I don't know how much you need to bench to be like, I can stop a kidnapper, but it's probably more than the bar. That's where I'm at. I want to get in better shape though. I want to be a big guy. These big guys, they look capable. You see a big guy with tools, you're like, ah, it's going to fix something. Yeah, you see me with tools, you're like, ah, bring those to someone else. I'm not a capable guy. I'm not a manly guy either. Like I'm a mover, so I work with like manly guys that are like all tough and stuff. I don't fit in with them. Like they're talking about football, and I'm like, what do you guys think of Wicked? And they're like, you can't eat lunch with us anymore. And 19 though, so I'm Gen Z. Most of my life, I didn't know I was Gen Z. I always thought I was a millennial. I just found out recently that millennials, they're like 40. Like, they're almost done. That was very confusing for me growing up. Growing up thinking I was a millennial, people didn't like us. They're always like, millennials don't want to work. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm 12. We just had Christmas and stuff. You guys know. That would have been weird if I was like, Christmas just happened. You know, like, what? We missed it. Yeah, I was at Christmas for my family, like my extended family and stuff. And they're all talking politics. I don't know anything about politics. They're all very liberal, so they're just upset right now. And I didn't know what was happening, but I wanted to participate. So I was like, yeah, not everybody should vote. And they didn't like that at all. I was like, we gotta stop letting people do that. And they're like, no. No, but I don't think everybody should vote. I don't even think I should vote. Like, I don't know what's going on in the world. Like, my girlfriend was like, it's crazy what's happening in Israel and Palestine. I was like, I can never remember any friends' names. That's a pretty good joke. You all feel how quiet it got? You all were like, oh no, where's he going? Yeah, a lot of comics think you gotta understand the topic to write a joke about it. Not me. Alright, you guys have been a lot of fun. My name is Ian.